And good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. It just seems like, these crazy days, it just seems like Groundhog's Day, same thing over and over again. I sure miss you guys. Hopefully we'll be back together before you know it. Okay, today our objective is we're really going to be multiplying binomials. Okay? And before I get started with a whole lot of this, let's go through something that hopefully we know. If I had x times x, now think exponents. Multiply, anytime we multiply things, we can rewrite this as x to the second. Okay, that's important for what we're going to do today. Also, if I had x plus x, when I'm adding two terms, we just add them up. I've got a 1x plus 1x makes 2x's, all right? So those are different, and we're going to need that, okay? So this whole thing about FOIL, and I will use the word FOIL, but a better way is, instead of FOIL, we're going to call it a double distribute. Okay? FOIL stands for, and you're going to see in a second, FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, last. All right. But a better way to do it is just call it double distribute. So let's see, FOIL. These are the first two terms. X is the first term, x is the first term, so I go x times x. And I get x squared. Outside, I go x, and the 2 are the outside terms. X times a positive 2 makes a positive 2x. Inside, so I'm going to go the inside terms. I'll go 3 times x, and I get a positive 3x. And then last, that's the last term of that binomial. So 3 times 2 is a positive 6. Now finally, there's one more thing we can do to simplify this. These two terms, a 2x and a 3x, can be combined. 2x plus 3x just makes 5x. So my answer is an x squared plus a 5x plus 6. Okay? Pretty simple, not too bad. And you have to stop there because you cannot add x squared to 5x because they're different, to 6 because they're different. Okay? Now, let's move on to problem number 2. Now, it's called FOIL, but I like to really think of it as double distributive. Double distribute means x times both of these, then negative 5 times both of these. So it's just x times x and x times 7. 2 steps. So x times x is x squared. X times a positive 7 is a positive 7x. Okay, and then I also need to do the negative 5 times both of these. So negative 5 times x and negative 5 times 7. Okay, negative 5 times x is a negative 5x. And negative 5 times negative 7 is a negative 35. So, again, if I can do more, I will. If I can combine these two middle terms, I'd have a x squared plus a 2x minus 35. And I'm going to stop there because I cannot add x squareds to x's or to 35s. They're all different terms, so I'm finished. All right. Number 3. Same process. We just have to remember a negative times a negative is a positive. So I'm going to take my x, this first term, x times this x, and x times the negative 2. I'll do that first. X times x is x squared. X times a negative 2 is a negative 2x. And then I'll multiply the negative 6 times both of these terms. That's why I like to call it just the double distribute instead of FOIL. Negative 6x is negative 6 times x. And negative 6 times negative 2 is a positive 12. I will combine the middle two terms because they are the same. I cannot add anything else, but I'll have an x squared minus an 8x. plus a 12. And again, I can only do that, can't go any further, because you cannot add x squareds to x's or to 12s. They're all different terms. Okay, not too bad. I think a lot of you have already done this before, at least I hope so, okay? So slide it over to the other side. Now, same thing, except for just a little bit more numbers. I'm going to take 2x times 4x and 2x times a negative 1. So 2x times both these terms. 2x times 4x is an 8x squared, because x times x is x squared. X times x is x squared, so I get an 8x squared. 2x times a negative 1 makes a negative 2x. And then I'll multiply the 5 times both of these. 5 times 4x. And a 5 times a negative 1. So 5 times 4x makes a positive 20x. And 5 times a negative 1 is a negative 5. Okay, again, I can combine the two middle terms because they're the same. They're both x's. And so as an answer, I get 8x squared plus 18x minus 5. That's all I can do because these are all different terms. All right, now, example 5. I need to remember that x squared times x is an x cubed. Okay, I need to know that. Okay, to do this problem, I need to know that x squared times an x is an x cubed. Okay, so I'm going to do my double distribute. I'll take my 3x squared times 5x and my 3x squared times a 3. So I'm just going to be careful. When I do that, I will get a 15 x to the third power, x squared times x. Then I'll take 3x squared times 3, and I'll get a positive 9x squared, because I still have multiply times an x squared. I'll do the inside terms. I'll go 4 times 5x and 4 times 3. I will get a 4 times 5x at 20x, and a 4 times 3 is a 12. Now, when I look at this problem, I realize that none of these terms are the same. Can't add them? That's my answer. It's kind of a big answer. I mean, why would you go from this to this? Well, there are reasons why later, but this would be the answer in expanded form that we want. Okay, let's take a look at number 6. And number 6 is going to be a little bit more challenging because we're going to have to multiply the x 3 different times. X times 2x squared, x times 4x, and the x times negative 5. So I'm going to do a distribute. That's why I like to call it double distribute. So I'm going to go x times 2x and x times the 4x and x times the 5. Okay, so I'll do that. I'll get x times 2x squared is a 2x cubed, because remember, x squared times x is x cubed. I will go x times 4x, a positive 4x squared, and then x times a negative 5 is a negative 5x. Okay, so I just did the first part. X times 2x squared, x times 4x, and x times negative 5. Then I'll take the 3, and I'll distribute it through. 3 times 2x squared, 3 times 4x, and 3 times negative 5. So when I do that, I'll get a 3x squared. Now I'm going to do something, instead of putting the 3x squared here, I'm going to put it right there, line them up. Why not line them up? So I'm going to get a positive 3x squared. Line them up. Why not? And then I get a 12x. Why not put it right there? Line them up, right? And then finally, a negative 15. By lining them up, it makes it easier to add. So if I add them, I'm going to slide down the 2x cubed. I'm going to get a 4x squared plus a 3x squared makes a positive 7x squared. Because I'm adding them, I'm not multiplying, I'm adding how many x squareds? Plus a 7x, negative 5x, positive 12x, and then minus 15. Now, none of these terms are the same, so that is my answer. Done. Okay, so the homework's out of your journal. I'll put it up on the assignment. If you have any questions, please email me, text me, whatever you need to do. But we're doing great. Okay.